see how he does it. You know, he throws his punches and he runs off before you get a chance to count him. But listen, I want to say thank you for inviting me to share this day with you. It's meeting some of the men that I've met today and listening to speak. It's really a great sense of encouragement and motivation for us to go out and live faithful Catholic lives. And we can't overestimate how important that is, how important motivation is. One of our biggest challenges as football coaches is to keep the energy level of our team up, to keep their motivation up. So we come in for training camp, and everyone's coming off vacation. The players' legs are fresh, no one's injured, coaches are rested because we've been on break. And really those first couple of practices are probably the fastest and most enthusiastic ones of the year, because everyone feels good. Then pretty soon their legs start getting tired, guys are getting bumps and bruises and sprains, and things start slowing down again. So we start right away after a few days, we're putting on motivational films for these guys, movie clips, highlights from the year before. We're bringing in speakers that they don't listen to every day, guys outside the organization. Try to keep the guys fired up. Because if we don't, then things are going to start going downhill. So we want to keep their energy up, so we have great practice. And it's the same for us. We're going to leave here today and we're going to be enthused. And pretty soon the world will start beating on us a little bit. We'll get our own figurative bumps and bruises and sprains, and our legs will get tired. So we have to take responsibility to motivate ourselves. You know, what we're looking at on TV, what we're reading. We'll try to find uplifting people to hang out with so that we can keep that motivation up, so our legs don't get too tired when we're not having sex. Because if we don't take charge of it, we know that the world will. I think when you have kids, you become a little more aware of the messages that the world's giving us, what they're seeing on TV, the movies, what's coming across the radio. And you become sensitive to it as parents. I know I don't have to walk down Bourbon Street to kind of come to the conclusion that maybe the devil's got a better marketing department than God does. All right, which is unfortunate. My wife and I, we just recently cut off the television because, you know, even though you think you're putting good shows on for your kids, here come the commercials, you don't want them seeing it. We do it every year. You might ask, what do you mean you cut off the TV every year? Well, we cut it down before the football season, we cut it off after the season. We all have our weaknesses we have to deal with. But, you know, even if you think you're doing a great job, you know, my wife and I, we have 6 kids now, and before the kids get to school age, they're going to daily mass with my wife. We try to say a daily family rosary. Try to be very consistent with prayers before bed, and just always keep, you know, we've got crosses up in every room and religious art. Just really trying to keep the faith in front of them. But then you get knocked down every once in a while. So a few years ago, we're getting ready to have our 5th child, and we find out it's going to be a boy. And my wife and I had a discussion, what are we going to name him? And the kids get in on it, you know, and there's a time my daughters are 5 and 3, and they're throwing out names that are probably better for dogs. Hey, let's name them Duke, let's name them Steve. So my wife said, now hold on, guys, this has got to be the name of the saint, right? It's got to be the saint's name. There's a pause, and my son Joseph, who's 7 at the time, I see the wheels turning, and he kind of looks up like Reggie Bush. I said, no, Joseph, not like Reggie Bush. We got some work to do. So, whenever I'm asked to give a talk, you know, I kind of think of my grandfather, who by all accounts was pretty good to give a speech to the groups. And, you know, one thing that the thing that always sticks out in my mind, people ask, what was the favorite thing your grandfather said? And it was, your priority should be, talking to this team, faith, family, and the Green Bay Packers. So for me, it's faith, family, and whatever football team I'm working with. Right now it's the New Orleans Saints, and you guys can kind of plug in that third spot, whatever it is in your life that you're doing for a living. And my grandfather, the Catholic faith was very important to him. He went to seminary for 3 years in high school and discerned whether to become a priest, decided against it, but throughout his life he was a daily mass participant. And as Bart Starr, who was his quarterback in Green Bay, said if you spent any amount of time around him, saw his temper, heard playing, he realized he needed to go to daily mass.